Hi, welcome back to AFTV. We are back with some breaking news, myself and James. One that, I'll be honest, I didn't think was gonna happen. I really didn't. I know there's been loads of links. You've done many breaking news videos on this player, but it has been confirmed by Fabrizio right now. I'm gonna read out the tweet right here. It goes by, breaking, Arsenal have reached an agreement to sign David Raya. Here we go, deal agreed with Brentford after personal terms last week. Documents being prepared between the clubs. Medical to be booked this week. Raya only wanted Arsenal. I believe Arsenal only wanted Raya. Now it's an interesting one. It's confirmed, it's done. And the reason why I didn't believe it was gonna happen, maybe because I'm a massive Ramsdale fan, and that won't take away from David Raya at all. But I didn't see, the need in getting a new goalkeeper. At the time, when these rumours first came about, I was so focused on Aaron Ramsdale. I was thinking, do you know what? He's done so well. Why do we need to upgrade? And we did do a show. I think it was before the Emirates Cup, and I said, Ramsdale has nothing to worry about, because even if he drops a bad game, he's going to be still the number one choice. But things have progressed. We see Matt Turner. It looks like he's pretty much he's on the way to Forest. It's going to be confirmed, I'm assuming, in the next week or so.
Yeah.
So it only makes sense to have. It feels weird saying a backup goalkeeper, because I know many people listening and watching might be thinking, he's coming here to be the number one. You may have your thoughts on that as well, but I expect, Ramsdale to keep his place, but we're going to have David Raya here very soon. James, you've given your thoughts and feelings on it, I'm sure many a times, but where are you at right now? Now that you know this is it, there's a welcome video from me coming.
I'm not sure Raya Baby has the same ring to it, but...
Shit, that was our plan for the next release single. You told them.
I don't feel any differently now it's happening to how I felt 10 days ago when the news started to come out that Arsenal were exploring this deal.
Yep.
So Turner's going for around 10 million. So Romano, I've just seen his latest tweet, he said it's going to be around 30 million, but the fee kind of needs to be confirmed.
Yeah.
So for a net spend of 20 million, we've upgraded our goalkeeping situation, whether it's depth or whether it's having a better goalkeeper. Now, I don't know if Raya's better than Ramsdale. Friends of mine I speak to are convinced he is.
Yeah.
Other people think he is. Thought it was very interesting what Gary Neville said on the overlap. He said he was impressed when he saw that link. I don't know if he was alluding to like a ruthlessness from Arsenal, but he was saying that Ramsdale looked a little erratic, and I kind of agree with that, but I also think so did most of the team.
Yeah,
and
in the last 10 games he mentioned.
Yeah, and I'd be surprised if Arteta saw that end of season collapse and thought that Ramsdale and the goalkeeping situation was a big part of it. However, they do also say that goalkeepers kind of exude comfort and composure and confidence and all that.
Which allows the back line to be comfortable and
So is Raya, 3-4 years older than Ramsdale, necessarily better for that? I don't know, maybe. I think we have so much to learn about this deal. I think we have so much to learn in terms of, is he just going to be a cup goalkeeper, maybe play Champions League? How will Ramsdale feel about that? Will he actually win his place in that Premier League game, in that Premier League starting 11? And then what happens in 10 months' time? I think now, as we've got the here we go, we should just enjoy that. Undoubtedly, Arsenal squad today has got better. There's no question about that. The squad is now better. But I still foresee potential good problems in the future. And if you sign him for 30 million, who's to say you can't sell him for 45 next summer? 100%. Or Ramsdale for 50, because Ramsdale... I think that's probably his value, having signed him for 30 million. So maybe it's also shrewd from Arsenal, but I think it's going to have a bigger short-term benefit, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and he did mention some of the terms that was just discussed there. He said it's around 30 million. I believe it is around 30 million. Obviously, it makes it a little bit more funny and more enjoyable for me that Spurs bidded 40 million, got rejected, and we're getting him for 10 million less. That puts a really big smile on my face.
Well, can we touch on that? Because Man United, Tottenham, Chelsea have all needed goalkeepers in this window. And I think Raya would have been top of most of their lists.
Yeah.
Now, Bayern Munich were in for him. They've not been able to do a deal there. Tottenham, I don't know much about their other goalkeeper, but I'd always opt for the Premier League proven one and all that in David Raya. And we know that, as you mentioned, they went for 40 million. And Man United got Onana, so maybe, well, there's Chelsea as well, who I think we've got a better deal for 30 million for Raya than 25 million for Robert Sanchez. And Man United have got Onana, who, we know he's a brilliant goalkeeper. So they're probably the only ones who won't be worrying too much about the fact that they missed out on this one because of what they've done. But there is something quite funny about the fact that for 10 million less they were willing to do a deal with us. But also I do think that tells you a lot about, see these deals when players have only a year left on their contract and they do drag on to later in the window. And people are saying, just pay what it's worth, pay what it's worth. There is something to actually letting the window go down, letting the interest die down, and then seeing Brentford go, all right, we'll do 30.
Yeah.
And so I think sometimes fans, and we can be very impatient, do need to remember that there is a reason that sometimes clubs wait and don't just go to evaluation.
I hear you. Do you think the fact that the player only wanted, which keeps getting referred to, wanting Arsenal is a big factor to it? Because Mudryk only wanted Arsenal at one stage and he ended up at Chelsea. Do you think that has any weight to it? Because they keep mentioning in all the articles online that, Raya only wanted Arsenal and Arsenal only wanted Raya. Do you think that plays anything towards it?
Do you want me to be really cynical about it? It's worded like, I'm not leaving Brentford unless it's Arsenal.
That's how it seems to be on socials.
Not sure that's true. I think Iñaki Kanya, being his former coach at Brentford at Arsenal, I think meant that when we came into the race, whoever else was in it, we came to the forefront. However, negotiations were happening with Bayern. Are you telling me you wouldn't have taken that move? And why were negotiations happening if Raya ultimately is saying, I don't want that move?
That's what I was.
And then, when the Tottenham stuff was happening earlier in the window, again, would he have taken that move? I think ultimately, as it's progressed and we got to this stage and Arsenal came in, it was actually, that is the move I want. Yeah, more than a Bayern, more than whoever else was in there. We don't really know. But I don't believe he was sat there sort of arms crossed. No, I'm not leaving Brentford unless I'm
for that call.
Reunited with Iñaki. So, but listen, always good to hear. And one thing I'm confident about is that the players Arsenal are signing, Arteta signing, I think they really want to be here.
Yeah.
I really do believe that. They're not just, Arsenal, big club, that look good on CV. Yeah, I'll take the move. Yeah, hopefully things. I think they're like, no, I really want to be a part of what's happening there. So that's very positive.
I think they see it. Maybe after the win of the Community Shield, he thought, this is definitely the place I need to be.
He saw that shield up in the air. I went, I need this success in my life. But look, let's not...
Now this is a joke. That was a joke, people. Before they start.
I'm sure they know, but I also think it's funny because we say that from our positions of Arsenal fans, and actually I think Brentford fans and Brentford players, I'd love a Community Shield. Fair. So look, undoubtedly, as much as we kind of joked about that, he was at Wembley apparently. I think he'll have seen those scenes and gone, I want to be a part of that. I want to be a Wembley hero as well at Arsenal. I want to be a part of a club that is competing for honours, whether you call them major or not, honours with Man City at Wembley and coming out the winner. I'm really, really interested because goalkeepers have transformed teams before.
100%.
So what we're going to learn about this is, I don't want to use the term how much Ramsdale's holding us back. That's not fair, but almost... no, because I rate him massively. Okay. But I'm saying Kieran Tierney, when you realise what Zinchenko did, you realise he was holding us back from playing that inverted fullback system the way he did, because we had to find another way because he was our best left back. So do you get what I'm saying?
It's annoying, but it's a very good point.
Well, I just wonder whether there's a tactical insight coming out soon, and I looked at our long ball success rate against Man City in this game compared to the 3 before. And in the first half, it was a 50% success rate. The rest were all around the 40s. Havertz up top makes a massive difference in that. But how much does Raya and goal also add to that? How much does that also help us bypass the press? We saw Arsenal go long and be far more pragmatic against City. So does he help us do that as well? So there are just so many angles to this. And I really don't know. I've got an in focus to make on this guy, okay?
I've got a welcome video.
I have no idea what to break. Apart from just giving you the raw numbers, I actually don't really know the best way to break down what you can add. So I'll do my research, of course I will. I'll see what others are doing as well, because there are lots of great content creators that have analysed David Raya. Yeah. But I just think it's a little bit of an unknown quantity, not in terms of his quality, but in terms of actually how much he levels up Arsenal. Some believe massively. I think if he does,
listen, I know you've got to do an in-focus on it, and I don't think there's too much difference between the two goalkeepers personally on how much they improve Arsenal, but it'd be interesting to find out. And I've got to prepare a welcome video, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because you know, the time period I feel like will be very quick that Arsenal are going to announce this. I don't think this is a Declan Rice is an Arsenal player and we wait a month or two until Arsenal finally announce it. I think it'll be quite quick. And that does breed the question I have to ask you before we finish up this breaking news video is, he might be confirmed by Arsenal before the game on the start of the Premier League season this Saturday. Obviously, a lot of people will say he shouldn't start, but what does it do, one, for Arsenal? Do you expect him to start? Do you expect him to get involvement in the Cup or Premier League? Or do you think this is really just a push Ramsdale? Will Ramsdale go to another level with this competition? What are you saying? How will it affect Arsenal to sign him?
I think his first game in an Arsenal shirt will be one of the Cup or Champions League group stage games that come in September. I would be amazed if we see him before that, because Ramsdale did well in the Community Shield with some big saves. Although I felt his distribution was a little slow and a little unconvincing.
A little bit, I'll give you that.
But I won't overdo it. So I don't think we'll see Raya unless things go really wrong for Ramsdale. I mean, what's hilarious about all this is we play Forest on Saturday. Mm-hmm. So I think they have to have all signings wrapped up by Friday. It might even be like midday Friday. So who's to say? And if you told me this 2 weeks ago, I don't know what I've said to you.
Where are you going with this?
Well, Raya in one net, Matt Turner in the other.
No, I cannot see that happen. There's a possibility.
It is a legitimate possibility.
Oh, that would be so weird. That would be so weird.
It would, wouldn't it?
That would be so weird. That could happen.
If someone told me Matt Turner's going to be starting the opening game of the Premier League season at the Emirates, I go, wow. Yeah, but for Forest. Oh, okay, fair enough.
Well, we'll leave that with you guys to ponder on. Let me know in the comments as well your thoughts on this signing. He is now an Arsenal player, that is David Raya, a 5-year deal at around £30 million. Here we go. I mean, for Rich just said it, here's me saying it now. Like the video if you like the video, and we'll be back, I'm sure, with more breaking news. The window is still open. And I don't know if there'll be any more signings, but if there is, we welcome them all. We'll see you again very soon. Take care.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.